All right, Weight Loss Wednesdays. Let's do it. We're on the weight loss journey, episode 2, I guess. Well, it's the third episode, but the second week. And every week, if you're not sure, we go through it's like kind of like a journey step process, similar to the gold making side of the channel. But just heads up, I've been up since 11 o'clock last night. It's now 7 o'clock in the morning. My sleep pattern's all stuffed up. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. My neck's stiff, back sore. Just not feeling too well. But hopefully over time we can get better and better. And I know it's a journey. That's why I'm doing this. So we'll get straight into it, eh? All right. Introduction, or just a bit of a table of contents, I guess. We're going to go through introduction, have a bit of a goal review, it's a weekly step history. So every week we implement a change to our routine / diet or lifestyle to hopefully improve health over time and eliminate bad habits. We go through what I ate, which is probably the most popular segment, I guess, because who doesn't like looking at food and what other people are eating? Then we have a weekly weigh-in. We go through the weight, and then we look at the long-term goals, progression in terms of the weight loss. And we put in any new goals that we're going to have further to the end of the episode. And then in the conclusion section, we're just going to, just have a little chin wag, have a bit of a chat about it, see how we're going. But I'm Goldson_TV. I run a World of Warcraft gold making channel. Or really, it's a channel about health, wealth, and happiness. The 3 things in life that I think you need. And so for this weekly episode, it's 1 episode a week for however long it takes, I guess. And I'm going to showcase how eliminating seed oils, carbs, and sugar from your diet will increase exercise. I need to rewrite this. It doesn't seem right. But increase exercise, getting better sleep over time will increase your lifespan. Decrease metabolic disease, which is the big killer here that no one really talks about. Metabolic disease. And metabolic disease is basically everything. Cancer, anything to do that makes you feel unwell, sick, dying in the body, and then to eventually find out what it's really like to be fully human. And when I say what it feels like to be fully human, I mean we've got so many toxins and shit in our body. We're just constantly fighting with our body. Our mind wants the things like beer, junk food, addictions, all this stuff. The mind wants all this stuff, but the body's trying to keep the mind alive. So it's like a battle between the mind and the body, and usually the mind wins. But if you can trick your mind or change your mindset to start listening to your body. As I'm getting older now, I'm 36 years old now, and when in my teens, I didn't really feel much. In early 20s, didn't feel much. I only started feeling a bit of the ailments and stuff from my habits and bad habits throughout my life in my mid-20s onwards. And then every year I normally feel oh fuck, I never had this feeling before, or something in my body, and because it happens so slowly over time, you tend to not think about it too much. If it happens in small stages, you don't really take much notice of it. But if you go, back 20 years ago, I could jump over fences, jump off the roof, all sorts of shit. But you know what I mean? But we're still capable of doing that type of stuff. Not that you should, but feel and I know you got to eliminate all the toxins and shit out of your body and all that kind of crap. Otherwise, you're just fighting an uphill battle. But yeah, that's enough for the introduction, I think. But let's have a look at the goal review. We had a look last week. We didn't have a goal last week, but this week we got one, and let's review it. So the goal was to eliminate takeaway junk food. If you watched last week's episode, you can pretty much see that there's a lot of junk food on there. And I did have comments on the video. They said I like your video, but what the hell was that? It's all junk foods. And I said, yes, it's all by design, because that is more junk food than I would normally eat in a week. But because there's people out there that are more addicted to food than me, that can't leave their house, they're playing video games all day, you know, and a lot of bigger boys and girls than me, and they eat predominantly takeaway food. So that's the main target audience is them kind of people, because they're the ones that need the most help. Because you know what I mean. Like they're stuck in their home. They got no escape. They don't know how to slowly change. Like they feel trapped inside their body. So having the first week kind of like a bit of a binge. Like I enjoyed it, but I didn't really enjoy it because I knew like it's not sustainable for the body. But I made the goal of eliminating takeaway junk food, and I achieved that. We didn't get any takeaway junk food. We didn't go to Macca's, Hungry Jack's, KFC, any of that shit, Pizza Hut, whatever. None of that. So and we saved money, because if you know anything about junk food nowadays, it's fucking expensive. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the weekly step history. So this one here is kind of like every week we eliminate or we do something every week. And it might take several weeks. It might take 3 months, 12 weeks, whatever. But like instead of going cold turkey, because I told you at the start, I'm not going cold turkey because I've done it before. It doesn't work for me. It might work for you, because there's people out there that are like 1 minute like they're really big, and then it's like they instantly click and they go, all right, fuck it. They watch one video of someone, and then they instantly change their mindset, and they start to transform their lives. That's a small minority. I think majority of people are like me and have like addictive personalities, so we tend to not like too much change too quickly. But like doing it this way, I believe this is the path I'm going to take, and that's like eliminating one thing at a time. So not doing everything at once is too abrupt of a change, and then we end up failing. But doing it once, eliminating one thing a week, is the better option in my opinion. So we got fast food takeaways, we eliminated that. So no longer I'm going to order junk food, I guess. All right, so let's nip into what I ate. So this one's a bit interesting. All right, so the first day I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling, because Wednesday being weight loss Wednesdays, I'm feeling a bit hyped. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's get back into it. Come on. And then so I had a this is a tea, black tea, which I reckon's good. You got the tick there. So just so you know, the green tick is kind of like that's a good choice, and the red arrow is going to be like a bad choice. So you can't really see it here, but in the top left corner of this picture, that's like water. So I should have put a tick there, because water's good. You can't put a cross on water. I got a tick here on this little jar. It's actually finishing salt. So if you ever go to Costco, you get that Flash Salt Bay bloody salt, you know, like it's the finishing salt, but it's really, really good. So you see here in the picture, I had scrambled eggs, tomato, onion, and ribeye steak cut up. You know, beautiful steak. I love ribeye steak. It's very expensive, but really, if you like, eventually I'm just going to be eating something like this. This is kind of like the future. I honestly see myself eating like this 85% of the time. And then the other 15%, we'll talk about it later. But that's what I had on Wednesday. So the next day I ate a lot more food, because look. Well, I ate this on Wednesday, and then the next day, look, I smashed it. So I woke up early. I had an early start, and I had a coffee with Milo. I call it a Myco, I guess. But that's a no go. We got a big tin of bloody Milo there, like the value pack or whatever, but it's not really value. It's really a fucking scam. But I had the Milo and coffee. Had some leftover pizza from the other week. It was in the fridge for ages. It was actually my missus' pizza, but she doesn't like the Hawaiian pizza from bloody Pizza Hut. She much prefers Domino's Hawaiian thin crust. She's kind of left it in the thing, hoping I'll eat it, and then yeah, I ate it. But it's a no-go. There's a bowl here on the left-hand side. It got these cheese sticks. These cheese sticks, I had a look at the packet. I thought they were from America, but you buy them at Costco and they're like in a little packet, but they're actually made from the Netherlands. So how's that? And I got some pistachios there. So I reckon the pistachio nuts are good. It's kind of like more like a ketogenic snack food, I guess. And then I had for lunch, I had a mandarin prepared. That was pretty good, actually. It's very sweet, and just a better option. Like if you're going to want something sweet, instead of like a chocolate bar, have a mandarin, have a banana, have a bit of fruit. You know, I normally don't eat much fruit, but I'm trying to incorporate a bit more fruit. You know, just to like curb the addiction of sugar, because giving up sugar is fucking hard, man. It's literally harder than giving up smoking. Okay, so got tick on the water again, but this bowl here, this has got, like, you can see brown rice, and I put a cross on the brown rice because even though brown rice is better than white rice, and you should always try and switch to brown rice first. So if you got a household that loves eating white rice and they've always eaten white rice forever, just switch to brown rice, because brown rice is the same as white rice, just not heavily refined. So brown rice actually has more nutrients in it than white rice. White rice has nothing in it. White rice is literally like a sponge. Like, white rice just absorbs, like, you know, like soy sauce and anything you put in rice and suck it up like a sponge. But anyway, I put a tick on what it's actually mixed in. Now, this is pork adobo, and that's kind of my favorite, like meat, fatty meat, vinegar, soy sauce type thing. I know soy sauce isn't that good for you, but really it's sort of just marinated in there, so I reckon that's not too bad. Considering you're eating more meat, protein and the fats, I'll give it a tick. But the rice, you should really give it up, I guess. But all right, so what we had for dinner? Dinner was, we had more steak. I'm pretty sure that's leftovers. I'm not sure, or I might have cooked another one. But that ribeye steak, just beautiful on its own. You can, especially if you're hungry, and you eat that with some salt. Oh, you don't get hungry later on. That's for sure. I went to Costco the other day and I saw in the fish section. I normally don't get the fish because we eat fish the least. And my missus was saying the other week, she said, "Oh, I wanted some fish," and I'm like, "Oh, all right." Well, she was at work, and then I was at Costco shopping, and I saw this fish in there. It was called tilapia. I don't know, but it was from Indonesia, but she likes tilapia fish, and so she cooked that up for us after work, so that was nice of her. And she cooked with butter and a few, I don't know what spices or herb, I don't know, but salt and scrambled eggs again. That's pretty good. Cheap staple, like, to have in the house, like, especially if you're on a budget, you know, of course. And yeah, kiwi fruit. I bought kiwi fruit for the first time in like fucking 6 years, probably longer. And it's beautiful, man, when it's ripe. Oh man, kiwi fruit is awesome. You can sit there and eat that all day. I like kiwi fruit, and I'm gonna have some more today. But you won't see it till next Wednesday. Okay? All right. So on Friday I had this kind of like a breakfast. I had another coffee / mocha with Milo, and I had some cheese, more cheese. So cheese was good, coffee not so good. And then like, look at this. For lunch, I had more of that tilapia fish because we bought a bit. It was like $20 worth of fish fillets, and it was beautiful. So I'll give that a tick. This sauce here on the left, that's like tartare sauce, which was left over from the other week with the fish and chips. So I mixed tartare sauce with like this other condiment that was like, you know, chipotle, whatever, spicy chipotle shit from Masterfoods. I just mixed it all up into the one container, and then I ate it with this. I'm pretty sure that's fried squid, but it was air fried squid and it looks burnt, and it probably was. But the squid on its own is like pretty good, and like to eat it with like vinegar, just squid in vinegar and like salt, and that's pretty good. But when as soon as you start putting carbs and breadings and shit on stuff, and then you deep fry it or fry it, then you add it with condiments, and it's not a good combination, man. Like, tastes fucking awesome, but it's probably not a good idea. But we bought that from Costco in the freezer section, so it technically wasn't takeaway. So hacked the system a bit there. So, and then for dinner, I had the remaining tartare sauce. So there's no more condiment sauces. That was the last of the squid there. So I polished it off, and I had another piece of cheese. Bit of a random meal. I had cheese, coffee, squid, and bloody fish. Weird, eh? No veggies. All right. So Saturday we went out. We were tonguing to get out of the house. So we got out. We went out to a little philo place. We went the other day, I went the other day. Well, we both technically went, but my missus she got Korean and I got Filipino, and then she got jealous of me eating something that she wanted. So obviously the next weekend she wants to go out to and get a redemption run. So we end up going to the Filipino place again. And you can see here we got sisig, and we didn't get we sat down at the tables and ate it. And this sisig's beautiful, man. Oh, so good. And I give it a tick, man, because even though it's probably got MSG in there, like, because they got this stuff called magic syrup. It's kind of like Filipino staple packet that they put on everything. It's basically MSG, but they call it magic syrup, and they just chuck it on everything. And, you know, I kind of want to know what it tastes like without it in there. I know it's definitely in there. That's why it tastes so good. And then this one here is like a pork belly. They call it a Bicol Express. This was awesome, man. I could sit there and eat this all day. Chili's got chili in there, pork belly, some fat, and, you know, I could eat it every day. It's so good. And my missus actually made some the other day at home, so there's some in the fridge. I might have some later on. And I've got a bit of rice there. Right, see that white rice they serve up at the bloody restaurants? Put a big cross on that. But nonetheless, I ate it anyway because I'm on a journey. Hey? I'm not on a strict bloody regiment, you know. Not going like on TV or anything like that. But anyway, and dinner is like at home, and we had brown rice. So you can't really see the brown rice, but it's underneath this meat here. And this meat is chicken adobo and leftover fish of the last lot of the fish. So chicken adobo, if you don't know, that's the soy sauce, vinegar, Filipino national dish. Awesome stuff. Awesome. But yeah, rice, no. Adobo, kind of yes. And the fish, better choices. Just better choices. All right, here's the bad one. Sunday, we had another itching to get out of the house. So because, you know, obviously the first week was like, this week was like, the goal was no takeaways, like fast food takeaways. But this time we went to the pub down the road. And we end up getting a counter meal, whatever you want to call it. In Australia, we call it counter meal because traditionally you sit at the bar and have a feed. Counter meal, you know, the counter. Just a bit of Aussie slang. I'm not sure if might be British slang, but that's what we call it in Australia. But let's look at breakfast. This is naughty, man. Naughty. We went to fucking Woolies. I hate Woolies now. I'm never going back. And there was this pizza in the fridge that I got, like, it was like $6, and I was like, oh, you know, I had an impulse thing, you know, so I wanted pizza. So I bought that, and it was terrible. But I ate it anyway. That's the thing. I had another mocha coffee here. Not a good choice. I put a cross here on this Tabasco, like, because it's hot sauce, and I love hot sauce, but I'm pretty sure it's got sugar in it. Not as much sugar as the Frank's Red Hot sauce, mind you, but I still think Tabasco is not that bad, like, really. But what was good was the kiwi fruit. I had some more kiwi fruit. So out of the whole day, the kiwi fruit was probably the only good thing I ate. Oh, fuck. And then I had some jam lamington. I had a jam lamington and another coffee, I guess. So I'm drinking a lot of coffee and Milo. Fuck me. But the burger here at the pub, that was not bad. We went out, and just looking at this picture right now, it's making my mouth water. Just looking at it, I'm just looking at it going, oh, I'm hungry, because it's 7:30 in the morning, and I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet, so looking at these is a bit of a temptation. So, but that's like anything. You put the TV on. There's a bloody fucking advert there for something, and it's all designed to trick your mind into bloody impulse buying something you don't really need, you know, like anything. But this burger was pretty good. Aioli, fucking tomato relish, beautiful. Probably the best burger I ever had at a pub, man, to be honest. Best burger. And I bought lemon, lime and bitters pint. So no beer, no alcohol, just sugar water, really. Fizzy sugar water will do. So I had that on the Sunday. So again, not a good choice because of the sugar, and the burger because of the carbs. All right, so this day I got shitty assed on this day, man. I'll tell you what. It's a bit of a story because on the left we got breakfast, lunch, and then dinner. So on the left I had a jam lamington, more coffee with Milo. Not a good day. Not a good way to break your fast with a fucking sugary hit and caffeinated sugary hit. Not a good idea, I know that. But this one here, this middle one, this is the one that pissed me off because we went to Woolies the day prior. I had this inkling of getting chicken Kievs, you know, the ones you buy in the shop, and they got like the garlic butter inside. Super processed, but they taste awesome. And I wanted like some chips and gravy and some like vegetables on the side. I thought it would be all right because we could take it or buy it at the shops and take it home and cook it up. And fuck Woolies, man. I hate it. I didn't eat it. I literally ate like half of this because the chicken Kievs was so shit. Like, it was actually off-putting. But I was so hungry I was eating it. But the taste was just like off, man. Like, I was like, oh, there's something wrong here. The chips were shit. This is a Woolies brand chips. These veggies were shit too, but they're probably the best thing on the plate. Like, if you go to Woolies, you get the home brand. And the home brand's the cheapest, so I went for that. Oh, I'm not going to Woolies ever again, man. Their quality of home brand is going down the shitter, man. I tell you what, I was eating this halfway and I got shitty and upset, and I said, "Fuck this! I'm never going back to Woolies ever again." So and I told my missus, said, "Nah, we're only going to Woolies if her like shampoo products are on half price, and you know, like feminine products and that are on half price. Everything else you can get fucked. I'm not voting with my money and not giving it to bloody Woolies because they've got enough money price gouging Australians, man. And same with Coles too. Fuck you, piece of shit. But like the thing is, a lot of places only like the place I grew up in only had one shopping centre. You had no choice, mate. You had to go shop at Woolies or Coles. You know, it's fucking stupid. But anyway. But then the story goes, after that, I threw it in the bin, and then I drove in the car and nipped down to Audi. Audi, I love Audi, man. Audi's very cheap. The food quality is much better. The service is better. Like, I just love the vibe of Audi, man. And I'm so glad they come on the scene in Australia this last, 8 years or whatever they've been here for. I highly recommend Audi. And I end up because I was upset, I went and bought bloody tiramisu from Audi. And this tiramisu is fucking awesome, mind you. Like, you eat the whole thing, you eat the whole tub in one go because it's just designed to just be hot, to be eaten. Really good. I put a big cross on it, not a good thing. I had a black tea dinner. This is dinner, mind you. And then you see here, these chips, these are like the Pringles / home brand thing that Audi have, and they're actually bigger than Pringles. They taste better, and they're like half the fucking price of Pringles, and they stack it up to the top. Whereas if you look at like the legacy brands like Pringles, the Pringles are like half the size. They're basically tasteless. They're double the price. It's like fuck you. Like, even though it's bad to have chips and shit like that, I'm just saying, like the value, like if something's not given, if you're not getting value from something, even if it's good or bad, and you're not getting value from it, fuck it off. Like literally point your money into another place because the market will figure it out. Like if everyone just said, all right, fuck you, Woolies, we're not shopping there. What's the most logical thing they're going to do? They're going to see the revenue drop down, and they're going to be like, oh, fuck, we better drop our prices. And that's exactly what they'll do. They'll drop the prices and try and entice people back in because they've been price gouging people for so long. If people just start figure out that, hey, we got to boycott this shit because if we keep putting our money into these businesses that are ripping everyone off and not providing enough value to the marketplace, then they're just going to keep doing it, you know. How do you stop a parasite? You stop fucking feeding it. All right, so Tuesday, this was the last day, and it wasn't good because I had another coffee. I had a coffee in the morning with Milo. I had a soft drink, like a carbonated water. So I reckon that was pretty good. But I had a pie. We bought pies. They were good pies. 4 and 20, you know, 4 and 20. It's actually not a bad brand if you get the meme. 4.20. But these pies are so addictive, I had to have a second one. I cooked 2, one for the missus and one for me, and she was still asleep. So I ate this, and then I said, I ate the other one too while she's still asleep. Like, that's how bad it was. It's super addictive. And I looked at the ingredients at the back of the packet, and it said 18% meat. 18% meat. So it's like 82% of this pie was just fillers and shit and like whatever they put in there to make it taste really good. Because this pie was irresistible. I had one bite of it and I kept going. I love pies, man. I kept going. So I wasn't too happy about that. So I'm not gonna buy the pies anymore. I don't know. They were just too good, but I know they're bad for you. I tell you what, I miss a brother's pie. Fucking hell. That's a bakery we used to go and visit in where my dad lives. But what else we had? We went because it was Tuesday. Our local pub down the road, we had a palmy night. So a pint and a palmy for $20. So you could get a pint of beer, or we opted for the no beer, but lemon, lime, and bitters. And then we got chicken palmy. This one's a Mexican palmy. Probably the best palmy I ever had in my life, man. I swear to God. The fact that like it was actually really, really good. I ate everything, and it only cost me $15. And I was like, that's hard. That's hard value to beat, man. Like it's hard to find good value. It's good. It's actually good to see getting a fair income value meal every now and then, instead of getting ass fucked by the government and the food bloody places, some places just rip people off, man, big time. And then went home and had tiramisu. Well, what's left of it anyway. There's not much. I think we ate it all. Two days that whole tub was gone, man. Not good. But that's what I ate. So that's what I ate, man. But we'll nip into the weekly weigh-in. Let's have a look. So this is me this morning jumping on the scales, and you can see here, you probably already know by the thumbnail that I lost weight. So I'm 142.5 kilos now. I think last week I was 143.6. So that's the weekly weigh-in. So let's go into the long-term goals. So the whole point of all this is to show my journey. This is not like, how to lose weight in 50 fucking days, or how to lose 10 kilos in a month. None of that shit really works sustainably, It's like when you go to you watch that Biggest Loser show on the TV, and you watch all these overweight people like cut out, like do the hardcore, cut out the food, start exercising, and they do it all because of the TV cameras, let's be honest. And there's a bit of a money thing there, and they do it, but like they don't really teach you how to change your mindset. Because I can go and lose all this weight, but if I haven't changed my mindset, it's just going to come straight fucking back. So the long-term goals here is to lose 50 kilos over 24 months, right? And I want to increase my metabolic health. I want to build my core strength. Because right now my core strength's fucking 0. I want to increase my muscles, and I know like I need to eat better foods to get there, and like I know that's just not obviously going to the gym or like doing some sort of resistance training is going to help with that eventually. But right now I'm focusing more on the food. I ain't doing no weights. I'm not even walking, man. I want to prove that you don't need to exercise to lose weight. It's pure 80% food, 20% exercise. I'm not even fucking kidding you. And I'm going to prove it to you, mate. And I want to get better sleep too. So at the start, I know getting better sleep is going to be crucial to the whole process. But it's all coming soon, but that's the long-term goals. Let's have a look at the progression now. We're nearly finished. Don't fall asleep just yet. All right, so here is the progression chart. It might be a bit hard to see if you're looking on a phone, but if you're on a TV, you might be able to see it. I've highlighted the circle here, so we put the weigh in, and you sort of see, the blue line indicates my weight. The red line is projected weight. So it says on average I've got to lose basically half a kilo on average every week if I want to hit this goal. And it might. I think it's quite achievable if I can like manage to stick to it the whole time. If I can slowly show over time that I can lose weight the same way I gained it, it's going to be better off. So, but we'll switch to the spreadsheet real quick. All right, so we're on the spreadsheet and we've put in a current weight. So we weigh in. We're in the green, and I put it as green because we're lower. We're lower than what we started with, so that's in the green. If we're higher than what we started with, we're in the red. So as long as we're lower, we're good. But yeah, so put some notes here. Eliminated takeaway fast food. So next week we'll have a weigh in, then we'll write down the next thing, just to keep track of it. All right, so yeah, it's a slow thing. The watch pot never boils. You're not gonna, Rome wasn't built in a day, so they say. All right, so let's have a look at the new goals. What are we gonna do for this week? What are we gonna change? And right here, check it out. This is what I'm going to implement into this week's. So I'm going to keep the rules Still no takeaway, like fast food takeaway, none of that. But this week we're going to change our eating habits to an 8-hour window, right? So this is called I forget the technical term for it, but it's like fasting, like limited time eating, fasting window. I'm not too sure exactly, but this one's really good because if you're constantly eating like every day, like say if you have breakfast, like you got breakfast, lunch, and tea, and then you got midnight snacks, you got snacks in between, you got like a cup of tea and a biscuit, or if you're just eating constantly through that, as soon as you wake up and until you sleep, that means you're in a feasting state the whole day, and as we know, if you're not in a fasted state, your body's not healing, right? So we call that autophagy. Autophagy is when your body isn't directly prioritizing digestion. So when you're fasting, when you have blood tests and all that, you have to fast, because they know if you eat something, it's going to pump insulin and shit into your bloodstream, and if you're doing like a blood test or something, it's going to skew the results. That's why they tell you to fast. But like fasting, if fasting clears your arteries, cleans your blood, then your body's got time to go, all right, we'll start healing the body now. So that's why, and I've done it before, and it is harder to stick to this window, especially if you're eating sugar and carbs. Because if you eat carbs and sugar, say you have a piece of bread, you're fucking hungry like half an hour to an hour later. Because the way that it triggers your insulin and stuff, and it just makes you want to eat crazy. But yeah, that's the goal. So I'm thinking, you look at these clocks here, I'm thinking 10 o'clock to 6 p.m. So that's an 8-hour window. So it's 7:50 now in the morning. So another 2 hours, 10 minutes, I can have breakfast, I guess. I'll break the fast at 10 o'clock. So I'll have a feed, and then I can eat as much as I want in that window. So as long as it's not takeaway fast food, I can sort of eat what I want in that 8-hour window. And that's what I'm going to focus on this week. So yeah, in conclusion, I just want to reiterate the whole, I'm not going cold turkey type thing, and we didn't do it in stages. So if you are on a journey or similar journey, or you're just interested in watching mine, I just want to show, because I sit there and talk about this all day, every day, but people generally don't listen. But if I can show people, practice what I preach, essentially, and it's going to benefit me as well in the long term if I can stick to it. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick to it, man, because having an audience does help, because there's some sort of expectations. But I'm not going to sit there and piss in your pocket and say, I'm going to lose all this weight. Really, I'm trying to be realistic about it, and hopefully I can make it easier for other people to join. Especially next week when we go for the weekly step history, this one here, you'll see every week we just eliminated this thing, and then once I've done this journey, you have I'll publish a list of things. If you want to copy me, I guess you can say, this week Goldson did this, and the following he did that, and you can go back and watch all the videos. So I'm kind of incentivized to stick to what I say this time around, because normally I could sit there and say, you shouldn't do that, but then I just don't do it. But anyway, stay tuned for next week's episode. If you're just here watching the weekly weigh-in stuff, and that, or if you're interested in World of Warcraft gold making, come check us out. We're trying to get 100 million gold in the War Within. But yeah, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.